Happy Sunday. We made it safely.
We did it.
Are back in real life.
Barbenheimer.
Happy Sundays.
Barbenheimer is happening, or it happened.
It happened. It did happen.
Apparently, a lot more people wanted to see Barbie than Oppenheimer. You know, the results are in.
I heard both were great.
I heard both were great, but
I tried to see Barbie. I tried to see Barbie, and the seats were all taken.
Oh.
I did.
Sold out.
So did you go
Sold
to
out.
Oppenheimer instead?
Nah, I'm not gonna watch a 3-hour movie on a school night.
I know. Boo. School sucks.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So, but I will. I do plan on watching it because I've heard it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of, we do have a pretty heavy work sucks segment today. But
diving right in.
But no.
Yeah.
But we will get to it. That is what it's called, a tease, Eric. So
Yeah,
there you go.
Sometimes you got to give them a little.
Yeah, a little nibble,
You know?
little nibbles. But first,
I don't want a bite
but
of
first,
my cake. I want the whole
we're
cake.
sponsored,
in one
guys.
bite.
Did you
Bite
know that?
cake.
We're sponsored.
we're not sponsored.
We are.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Depends.
That's right.
So if
We got 'em.
you're a woman over 60, which apparently is our demographic,
And you are.
is.
Let's face it.
let's
you
face
are.
it,
Our
we
literal
are definitely
demographic.
old
Hold on.
souls, you know?
Hold on, let's talk about that. Hold on, let's talk about that for a second. So
let's
we
please
did
talk about
some deep dive into our
everyone's mom.
analytics.
Which
we
isn't
did a
much, but
It doesn't matter. We still have analytics. We have analytics. Okay,
We
and
have
that's exciting.
an analysis and
And
analysis.
our findings were that our outside the U.S. listeners, right, are 60-year-old heavy
No.
females.
No, overall.
That was just overall.
Overall, it is 60 and over
Okay.
females.
99%
So whose
of
grandma
our
are we
viewers
thanking?
Are from U.S.
Wow, grandma? Dude, that's like my mom.
Well, your mom's a grandma.
She is.
Okay. Well, there you go.
That's what I'm saying. All our moms are just tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah, except
just
my
our
mom.
moms.
She hates me,
My
so
mom's-
it's fine.
My mom's not over 60, though. Or even 60.
My mom's over
I knew
60,
you'd say
but I
that.
don't
I
think
knew
she's
you'd say
listening.
My mom's not over 60 either. Almost,
Oh, look at
almost
that.
there, old woman. Almost fucking there. Just
Yeah.
and you may sense some hostility in my voice. There is none. I just like making fun of her.
I guess you guys are towards the older of the siblings, or not siblings.
My
I'm
mother's
the
a
oldest
grandmother.
and the youngest, and
I
middle.
am.
And
Yeah,
the middle.
I'm on the younger side, so
I'm
I guess I have older parents.
I'm the middle.
I'm right in the middle, baby.
I'm somewhat in the middle, but on the lower middle.
2 out of 3. Ain't too bad.
I'm
I'm
2
3
out of 4, so.
Oh, okay, I'm 3 out of 4. So there you go.
1 for 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Perfection the
baby.
first time.
Adoption doesn't count, Eric.
Yeah, it does.
It counts, bitch. How dare you?
So hold on, are we all
That
middle
just
kids
means
except for Eric?
My parents love me more. They
Hold on.
chose me.
of course we
Whatever.
are. We're all artists.
That is
Jess.
true, they did.
Did your parents try to adopt anybody before you and get denied?
No, my parents weren't even together when I was adopted. My mom adopted me.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
okay.
that's so cool because that means that you were really wanted. Which I don't know if I can say the same.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. I was planned.
oh.
I was the only one out of my
You
4
were-
siblings to be planned.
You were planned, but then they had you, and they were like, "Oh, this didn't go according to plan."
No, and then it did go according to plan. I was like the golden child.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Still are.
I'm the favorite. Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Oh, hello.
I've always had a theory since I was younger that I was adopted. And I continue to try and coax it out of my mom, but she refuses to tell me the truth, even though there's like pictures and shit, but whatever. That's not real. So, one of these
Well, who
days
do
I'll
you-
find out.
Who do you look more like, your mom or your dad?
Well, there's features of my mom's, but probably more like my dad. I don't know. What do you think? More like my mom?
I think more like your mom than your dad.
Okay.
But you're right. You do have some of your dad's features.
I think I have
Wait a minute, you're a
My
mix of
mom's-
two people?
What?
yeah, I don't know.
It's science.
I actually look most like my older sister. We're very similar in looks. People confuse us a lot, and we're 6 years apart.
That is, it always kind of
Okay,
amuses me because
okay.
yes, you guys look alike, but like to me, you're not like that identical.
Well, no, but you also know us. But when you look at like pictures and stuff of like us at kind of similar ages, we look kind of the same. Like, or if the hair is a certain way, or there's a certain sibling
You know,
stuff.
siblings.
You know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Sorry.
Well, I guess
I think we should change
doesn't
the
apply.
topic.
Doesn't
Eric doesn't feel
Oh.
included.
this turned familial, and we were talking about work.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's
we
in family.
Oh,
well,
that was-
we
follows.
were just
Mhm.
teasing it.
That was
Yeah,
a tease.
We're teasing.
That's actually next week, folks. Tune in.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Let's see if we remember.
we
Yeah.
probably won't.
Although we have had repeats a lot of our conversations.
And it's
that
like
Yeah.
we don't even know we're doing it.
What did we talk
Well-
about last episode?
I couldn't even tell
Peaches
you,
and
honestly.
cream.
Probably
Prom.
pee and poo and cum.
Yeah, we definitely talked about pee and poo.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure jizz popped up a couple times.
Yeah. Breast milk probably
I don't
too.
remember the name of the
I
episode.
doubt that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Huh.
dark. We went dark.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
the
yeah, we
Oh,
darkest.
that's
went
right.
dark.
We went dark.
But we didn't.
But we didn't.
actually.
one.
We
we
tried.
didn't.
Well, we didn't really
We
try.
didn't really try.
We
I mean,
We
I
glossed.
went as dark as I could try, but that's for you to find out. So go listen to it when you're done with this episode,
Or
because it's always
go
good
to that one
listen
and
back.
then pause this one, go to that
Stop
one, and
this
then
one.
restart. It's fun.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, just as
Yeah,
long as
whatever
you're
you're
listening.
feeling.
and don't
Yeah.
forget to rate us 5 stars, please.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to the top.
At least
With your
give us
help.
a 4. Don't give.
You know what's
don't be a
fu-
bitch.
You
Give
know,
us
Come
a
on,
3.
Mom.
We're pretty
Come
good.
on.
We're pretty good. All right.
we're pretty good. You sure about that?
You sure about that? That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I thought for
You're
50.
swishing your pants.
I'm sorry. I'm swishy.
Uh-oh, swish pants. Nobody likes a good swish
Swish
I
pants.
got swish pants on. They swishy
He's
swishy.
Does that
swishing.
mean you've got MC Hammer pants on? Is that the
No,
same
they're
thing?
shorts. They're Hurley shorts.
I wish he would wear MC Hammer pants.
That'd be pretty cool.
What's
It'd
holding
be
you
Should I
back?
bring him
really
back?
cool. Yes. Yes. First of all, already back. You wouldn't be the first, so nice
Whoa.
fucking try.
So,
But yeah, get yourself a
Name
pair.
3 people you know.
I don't know people
Exactly,
because
you don't
nobody's
know.
wearing that.
MC
How you
Hammer,
do?
Michael,
Yeah.
and me.
MC Hammer.
That's right. His
That's right.
clone.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is everyone drinking this Sunday?
Just like straight kerosene.
Nice. Getting real fucked up. Cool.
I'm drinking straight paint.
Ugh.
To
Nice.
kill a mockingbird.
I'm drinking straight paint thinner.
Hell yeah.
That's I should have went that route.
When we throw up later, we got to mix them.
Hmm.
Well, you got to throw
Well,
up first.
I'm huffing glue,
Yeah, I'll
so
have to
everything
throw
tastes
up
good.
first.
and then
for
I'll
sure.
come in and clean up.
Yeah.
I do love a good glue huff. Nothing
Right?
beats it.
We
Right.
got new Sharpies today, and my first instinct was to put it in my nose.
Yep.
I didn't.
God,
I didn't. But
You did though.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
I saw you scrubbing your
There
nose
were
when I came
people.
home.
There were people looking at me, so I was like, "Well, I can't do this."
He's like, "Shit! I don't want people to think it's blackface." Fuck.
All right.
Just
Okay.
a Hitler stash.
Gross. I don't think I've ever done that.
Sniff the Sharpie.
You
Yeah.
never sniffed a Sharpie?
What? Did you
No.
even inhale
Is that supposed to
duster?
get
Are
you
you
high?
even?
Are you even cool?
Look, I wasn't
man?
even looking to get high. I just wanted to smell it. I like the smell of a fresh marker, like out at the,
Dude, we were trained. We were conditioned. Don't you remember the grape markers that they're like,
exactly.
smell the markers? And we're like,
Oh, the
okay.
smelly markers.
And
Yeah,
then
those
we
were-
got older and
those
we're
were
like,
fun.
oh, Sharpies. Oh, these also have a scent. We were conditioned, okay? They wanted us to get hooked on Sharpies.
I also love the smell of gasoline when I'm pumping my gas. Like,
yeah.
I love it. It's one of my even as
beautiful.
a child. I remember telling my mom one time, like, "Oh, I like the smell of gas." She's like, "Don't say that."
And you're like, I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
say
sure
more.
I said that at some point as a kid too.
I like
Yeah.
your mom. That's
What do you
funny.
mean? We all said that. That's the truest
I don't
thing
like
ever.
the smell of gas.
What?
I
I
don't like
love it. I love
What?
it.
No.
Ah, you're
No,
not a
I
true
don't like it.
Midwesterner. Gas and grass, baby.
Gas and grass.
Those are the best
Grass?
smells.
You want to talk grass?
Grass,
I
gas,
love
and
the
ass,
smell
you know what
of
I mean?
Yeah. I love the smell of
Gas and grass and other grass.
And I
both
like the smell
grasses.
of warehouse. Like when you walk into a Home Depot, holy fucking shit, that smell.
I hate
It's
the smell
amazing.
of a Home Depot.
Like wood?
I
Like the
hate
smell
it.
of
maybe.
wood?
It's dust
Maybe
and
it's the smell
wood.
of wood.
It's
Yeah,
dust
this-
and wood.
yeah.
Dust and wood.
Yeah.
Some
dude.
trees. You ever been in a forest?
Yeah, go to
Same
the fucking
thing.
woods, you weirdo.
It's not the same thing. It's like
It's
I don't
not.
know,
You're
I like
right.
this. I like the smell
I'm with
of
you, Jess. I also like that.
a
Mhm.
Home Depot, and I like the smell of a garage. Oh yeah,
Ooh, a garage is good.
yeah.
You know what else is good? The grocery store bakery. Oh my
that's
god,
a
the
good one.
sugary
Yeah, yeah.
the donuts,
All day.
the pastries, the cakes. Oh my god,
I think
bread.
I think the
yeast.
reason why I don't like the smell of a Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that is because
You
I mean
used to
Donald
live
Glover's
there.
got a pretty good
Mexicans.
joke about it, about how like it's like where your childhood goes to die. Like the second you like look at a doorknob and you're like, "Oh, that's cute." Your childhood's dead. It's gone. You have no like youth left in you if you're looking at things like that.
Oh,
that
I see
intently.
what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So
I get it,
Um,
but disagree.
okay.
and also like it was the worst ever. Like your parents would go and you'd be standing there for fucking 45 minutes just to figure out the fucking type of paint they wanted and mix it
Right.
right. Fuck that.
Disagree.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but the whole
I
time
loved
you're
it.
smelling it.
Dude, I would run around with
loved
my
it.
cousin and we would pick out things in our head to like build robots and stuff. We had plans to
Oh.
build robots and
Out of wood?
contraptions. Well, yeah, we were like 5 pretending.
Fuck yeah.
And your parents are letting you run around? I don't know. It doesn't sound like very good parenting.
We used to ride around on the carts. That's what we used to do.
We
That
would
was
go
always
to a kind of similar entity in Nebraska, Menards, which is basically a Home Depot but smaller scale. Menards. And
Yeah, they
I
have
loved
that up in
I
Chicago.
loved the light section. The light section, I was like, oh, look at all the lights. They're so pretty and bright. And there were so many different kinds of lights. There were regular, like, fan lights, ceiling lights, but then they also had cool lights and string lights and outdoor lights. And it was so cool. I loved the light section. And they also had a whole, like, row of like candies and like sweets for like the aisle out. They get you on the,
Oh, yeah.
the way out. And yeah, I would go with my dad and he would always buy a bag of candy because he has a sweet tooth and that's where I get it. And we'd have the little Menards candy. It was great.
That's where you
Oh,
save
Good
that's
big
time.
money.
lovely.
It's a nice memory.
You save big money when you shop Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Fun fact, my sister worked there for like a day, maybe a week.
And
Oh.
she
She had
somehow
a
sang
vest.
the jingle the whole time.
She she had like the vest and everything, and I don't remember who, but someone tried to go they did go as like a Menards employee for Halloween because she had this like vest that said Menards and like a name tag.
What a great
But she only worked for like
costume.
a week. No,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
fucking costume. But it's kind of funny because it's like, who the fuck would go as It's like so randomly specific. It's like, dude, you're just like, are you going to work or like, do you have to work later? What the fuck?
Now you know it would be funny if they if
Come on.
Spit it out.
Jess is having a stroke. If they
if someone dressed up as an employee of Blockbuster for a costume now, I
That's
think
actually
that would
really
be good.
good. That's a great
That
Have
would
you
be
idea.
guys
We could do that.
seen that show?
Yeah, that's so easy too.
The last
It's-
Blockbuster.
I watched one episode and
I watched
had
the
What is it,
first
Eric?
10 minutes of the first episode and I couldn't watch it, so I was like, I'm done.
the last Blockbuster.
I watched
It was
the
on
entire
Netflix.
season.
Is it a documentary?
No,
Okay.
we watched the
Why?
documentary. We watched one episode of the show. And
That's
we were
what I
like,
thought.
No,
Okay.
we can't do this.
It's not great. I love the idea, but it's
It's
the
not.
No,
format.
it's not great.
I can't do the format. The format kills it for
The
me.
writing also isn't good.
Yeah, but I
The-
also think that's because of the format.
The
Double
writing
up on
was
the format.
awful. That's why I couldn't. No, I only made it 10 minutes because it was so bad. I was like, I can't do this. It's the format.
Yeah, it's
I hate
a
that.
I watched all of it.
nostalgia
The
thing
entire
for
thing.
people.
And
Why?
Eric loved it. Eric fucking loved it.
No,
Greatest
I did
man.
not.
Okay,
It never got
good.
good.
I don't know, Eric. You could have gone both ways. You could have gone both ways, honestly.
Okay.
I know. But nope, it never got
It
good.
tends to go both ways.
I mean, it had a
Sometimes.
decent cast, even like the cast was pretty decent, and I like the idea, but execution, boo
Boo.
execution. I don't know.
Netflix really trying to kill that last one, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they did Disjointed. Do you guys remember Disjointed?
Oh yeah, that movie, that
Yeah.
show was trash too.
Like again, good idea, good cast, but like what the fuck? The format fucks it up. I'm sorry, but I just
It-
don't like multicam.
It
I don't like it.
does.
It's so old school, and
Oh,
we
I see.
progress so much comedically that it doesn't fucking work because there's a format to the joke structure as well, and it's just so like I don't know. At least for me, it's so predictable, and it doesn't make it funny because you're like, yeah, that of course they would say that.
I
Like,
think
I don't know.
I think there's a disconnect
Mm.
with the audience on those shows because the camera angles aren't really like they're basic, like they're to set up the whole scene, right, rather than like you don't have like these random like close-ups, and like so you lose a bit of that like connectedness with the characters on those types of
Yeah,
shows.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know how to describe it other than that.
It's like it's beginner comedy.
yeah.
Yes.
That's how I feel like those
I'll
shows
also
are.
say I didn't think Kathy Bates was. I don't think that's a role for Kathy Bates. Like what they had her do. in
It is kind of
Disjointed.
strange, but I also think Kathy Bates can kind of do anything. And
Yeah.
again, like I always blame the format because the cast is fantastic. It was that show Disjointed has had a fabulous cast. I don't even know if it's still going, but
No, I think
I don't
Oh,
know,
no,
like just the and I don't know. I just feel like if it was single cam, it could have actually been executed a little better. I'm not saying it would have been great, but and again, I'm biased because I don't really like multicam. However, Miss Pat show,
Miss Pats is very good.
that's really good. And now I will say they still have some of the joke structure, so it's a lot of like set up punchline and it's kind of predictable, but I like her approach and I like the way that she kind of controls the storylines. And the writing is above average for those types of shows.
It's also like you can tell it's her voice still if you know her comedy
Exactly.
at all. You know that what is being scripted is what she actually like, the way she actually thinks, or at least did think about a situation, and that has changed. So that's the story she's trying to tell. Like
What show is this?
the Miss Pat show?
Miss Pat show,
It's
I
on
don't know it.
BET Plus.
BET.
So it's
She's
tough
a
to get
comedian
on, but
and she has her own TV show, but it is like a multicam show.
The nice thing about her being on BET Plus though is like rather than being on BET where it's obviously on like TV, being on the streaming side, like she can say whatever she wants. So
Gotcha.
she
Okay.
cusses and does the whole talks about what she wants to talk about rather than like
Okay.
having like a giant network of people like trying to tell you what you can and can't do. And in fact, she actually turned down a lot of like I think Netflix and Hulu both wanted it, and she turned them down because they wanted to change a bunch of shit on it. And she was like, "No, I want what I'm making. Like I wrote this. This is what I want," and stuck to her guns.
Good. Good. Good.
3 seasons now. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Again, like it is multicam, and so there are things about it that I don't necessarily love, but overall for that type of show, it is probably the best product I've seen in a long time.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. I have never heard of it, so
You should
That
check
sounds
out
good.
Miss Pat too if you don't know Miss Pat. She is fucking crazy and
We
hilarious.
saw her. She came to
Mhm.
Denver, and her show is just so fun. She has great crowd work, and she loves to pick on people, and it's just the funniest fucking thing. Like I follow her on Instagram, and comedians are always posting their crowd work because they don't want to post their jokes, and her crowd work is just when comedians have really good crowd work, like that's how they win me over, because that to me is a skill. Like it's to be that quick-witted is a talent. And like a skill, you can obviously like hone it in, but I don't know, it's very impressive to me. And she is someone who has really good crowd work. And she's so funny because she's just like, yeah, she just says shit how she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. She's had a crazy life experience, and she's told her story on podcasts and stuff, and like her life has been absolutely insane, and she is just so funny because she doesn't give a fuck. She has no filter. She says it how it is, and she's like, look, this is what you signed up for. Like, fucking leave if you don't like it, like she's just so, I don't know.
There are so many
Yeah.
times where she's just like white people, you don't have to feel so upset about this. You can laugh. It's funny. Like
Yeah.
like she like kind of like lets she also like lets you in on the joke as well. Like she'll like Cassandra said with like crowd work, she'll like kind of like bring somebody in and then like go into like a bit from there. Like she'll kind of like ask a question and then the person will answer and she'll kind of like fuck around with that for a second and then somehow like that becomes part of like an actual bit that she has then connected like to. So it's very very interesting to watch her kind of work on that or like see that in like work in real time as well. Very good comedian. Go see her if you ever get the opportunity. Very, very funny.
Well, sure will.
Also, originally from Atlanta, but lived in Indiana for a long time. She just
Shout
moved
out to
back
Indiana.
Atlanta, but she got big in Indiana, so shout out.
And where
Wow,
the
way to
show is
go,
based, I think.
Indianans.
I think the show is based in Indiana, but I can't remember.
But yeah,
Oh,
good
well,
show.
there you go.
Yeah. Good show.
All right.
That's our rec, I guess, this week. Miss Pat. It's a good rec, too. Also, check her out on a podcast. She's been on Rogan a few times. I think she might have her own podcast now. But she just has had the most insane fucking life. Like it's actually like the shit that she says. You're like, how the fuck did you even live through that shit? Let alone like turn it into jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's impressive.
Well, that takes a really smart person to do. Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really feel like a lot of comedians are smarter than not.
Oh, absolutely.
I think most of them are like maybe not book or school smart, but they have like they're street smart, I guess is like the only term I can think of, but like
they're critical thinkers.
yes, that's what it is.
To like the highest extent. They are always thinking about random shit and just diving into it like so hard.
And they're observers too. So like
Exactly.
that's a huge skill to have. I just feel like you have to be kind of smart in order to navigate all of that.
Totally.
So
Oh, absolutely.
You have to be
Yeah.
so aware and knowledgeable and yeah.
All at the same time,
Yeah.
you think you got what it takes, Eric?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
There are times where I think I do, but then I don't want to put in that work to do it.
well, I put in the work, but then I end up like hating everything I write.
I think that's a lot of comedians until they go up and start telling it and then like evolving the joke, right? Like a lot of times comedians, I hear even like Tom Segura and these other like big comedians saying like every single time I have to like I like Tom Segura's special just came out, right? So he's like, well, now I have to come up with a new hour, and I don't even know where to fucking start. I think every comedian kind of has that. Even the most successful ones at the highest level, like they're still like, fuck, like, do I even know how to actually do this, or you know what I mean? Like they question.
Yeah, but once you
themselves every
like
time.
get to a certain level and you're like known, you have like an established voice. So like you at least have a voice to start from and write in that voice. But
That's
I don't
true,
really
but-
have a voice yet. I'm still figuring out.
I mean,
And
they
it's-
also all talk about that as well. Like all the big comedians, they're like, yeah, at first, like you're kind of doing a version of other comedians that you've seen until you kind of find your own like spot. Like it takes a while. So, remember that. Like I struggle with that with like music as well. I'm like, oh, like why can't I make music like that? Or like even each new project, I'm like, oh fuck, like do I even know where to I don't even know where to begin. You know what I mean? Like it's
That's just like the life of an artist though, because artists are basically like entrepreneurs in a way. So like you're constantly going from one project to the next, and the minute that project is done, you're like, fuck, back to square one. You're always going back to the start, and you have to start over every single project. And I think that it takes a certain amount of just like, I don't know, like you just really have to persevere through all of that shit in order to make that happen, and in order to be successful. Like it takes a lot to grind through that, because it is fucking exhausting. It's way easier, and that's why the majority of our population does so. It's way easier to have a 9 to 5 where it's stable, you have benefits, you can retire at this age, you can save up, blah blah blah, you can move up the company ladder, whatever. That's easy. What's hard is bouncing around trying to figure out the next source of income. And it's not to say that every project is getting you a big chunk of cash at once, right? Ideally, but still you don't have any taxes coming out of that. Now you have to save up to pay taxes. Now you have to save up for savings. You don't have any benefits. You got to, have your own savings account and your own, you know what I mean? Like it's so much harder to sustain that lifestyle, and it takes a certain kind to do so.
not to
You really
mention,
have to you have to want it, and you have to love it.
I mean, that's exactly true. You have to want it and you have to love it, because if you don't, you are not even gonna remotely get close.
No.
But I was about to say, and not to mention, like 90% of what you make is gonna be shit. You know what? You know what I mean? Like I have so many files on my computer. I could just erase them. I'll never hardly use any of it ever. For some reason, I keep them around.
Yep.
And I'll go through them every once in a while, and I'm like, these are all shit. But maybe I'll find one little gem in it, and I'll be like, oh, I kind of like this specific spot. Maybe I can fuck around with that, you know. But that my point is, like, 90% of what you create is probably not going to be good. But the quality of the 10% is going to make up for that and make you feel so much better and more confident about the next one.
Not only that, but that 90% is what gets you to the 10%
Exactly.
quality.
Yep.
You can't get that 10% without going through that 90.
Exactly. I released that 3-track EP. Go check it out.
Plug.
And for like a month, I was like, I don't even know how to produce. You know, like that's the way I felt. Like I was just like, I don't even know like how to make music. Like that's the way I felt, was just like it all like kind of like left for like a minute, and I just had no motivation, no like inspiration, I guess, to like make another thing. And I think a part of me thinks that uh like that EP was like me kind of like completing a saga, so to speak. So now I'm starting like a new one. So
Must feel good to start fresh.
but it's also terrifying, like at the same time, because it's like, well, I just had this 3-track EP that I feel like is really really good quality music, and now every time I sit at my computer to fucking work on some shit, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing and all my ideas suck.
Well, well, that sounds like an artist's life, but don't you need like that inspiration? I mean, why does it have to be such, a quick overturn in work?
That's just me wanting to like work hard and like continue to work at it, and like I don't know how to describe it. I mean,
That sounds like a debate of like your hobbies becoming your job, and at what point are you like, this isn't a hobby, like this isn't fun anymore, this isn't what I
Well, no, what
like
I
to do
mean is like a
anymore.
break in between art pieces. Like, you just released this EP. Don't you want to take some time to like get some closure, relax your brain, relax, your artistic bone, and
Well,
then just
sure,
get.
but you still have it in the back of your head. You still have, oh, but fuck, I need my next job. I need my next job. Oh fuck, I need my next job. Like, yeah, you can be chill and you can be like, okay, cool, I just made like some money. But you're still thinking I don't know.
I also have ADHD, Jess.
I would have
There's very
thought
little.
it was like when inspiration strikes kind of deal.
No, not for. I mean, obviously, yes and no, right? Like
In a perfect world,
when
sure.
inspiration strikes, obviously, it's like everything clicks, right? Some
Yeah.
tracks I have to work really hard at. I'm like, I see the potential here, but like I've been working on this one track that I'm trying to release with this label for like 3 weeks now, probably actually longer than that, and I've been working on it almost every single day. Like, and right away, I was like, this track has potential to be something really, really cool, and maybe a little bit different from like my last release. And I feel really confident that it can get released on like a smaller label as well, which gets more eyes on it and all that shit. So my point is, I've been working really hard at this one, and obviously, yes, in a perfect world, when inspiration strikes, fuck, that shit is like a firecracker, right? You just exactly,
Yeah.
you're firing on all cylinders, and everything's clicking. The next thing you know, you basically got a track done in 8 hours, maybe less, and you're just like, damn, okay. And then you get tracks like this one where you're like, I see the potential, it's shaping, but it isn't quite there yet. Yeah, so you got to work a little harder on those, and that makes it a little more difficult as well, because you're listening to the same fucking things over and over again, trying to make little
Right.
tweaks and things like that. And after a while, it kind of like deafens your ear, so to speak, right? Like
But like, imagine that with jokes. Like you're just telling yourself the same joke that you came up with over and over again.
That's why you
trying
got to
make
go and
better.
tell it to audiences.
There's a difference between making a living off of your art and doing it on the side, because when you are living off of it, there is a lot of pressure to again try and get that next thing, that next. And not only that, but you're trying to like have your own goals, right? And move up in your own, personal ladder, personal goal ladder, whatever. So you're trying to get the next best thing and the next, bigger paycheck or whatever, or try this new thing or experiment with this or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, I think.
See, I don't want to make money off my hobbies. That ruins it for me.
Right, because that's the argument. Exactly. And some people feel that.
Yeah, but I want that. Like, I don't want to have
I mean,
to
that's
go
fine.
to a fucking... I don't want to have to go to a job. I'd rather just try to create something and make that my job. That's what I would like. That's what I would really like. If I could make what
See,
I'm making right now, making
For me,
music
the part
in some
of
way, shape,
making
or
it
form,
a
I'd do
job makes it like it's not, because you hate your job no matter what.
Yeah, true.
I think
I disagree.
I disagree to an extent, and because I understand what you're saying, but there's always going to be aspects of any job that you hate, right? Like, for instance, for me with music, like I hate promoting. Like I think it's just the one thing I struggle with as an artist is the hey, look at me, while also wanting everybody to look at me. It's weird. Uh, like I
Like
don't
a
want to
true
tell
Midwesterner.
I don't want to tell everybody to look at me. I just want people to already be looking at me. Like if that makes any sense. But I can't have people looking at me without that promotion. And I'm struggling with that right now. And I'm trying to do better.
Okay.
I forget where I was going with that too. Little stony baloney.
Yeah, everybody's pretty stony baloney over here.
That's what we do Sundays.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Smoke weed every day.
that's right. That's right. Well, we
And I
did
do.
promise a work
Hold up.
sucks segment. No?
All right, yeah, we can do that. I'll say my
I
thing
feel like
after.
it's a good tangent.
Eric?
Yeah.
Work sucks. I know.
You want to go first?
Me?
Who's
Okay.
going first?
So, there's been some shit I've been dealing with for like the past month at work.
Oh.
And it's all just
shit.
stupid, dumb drama that I don't care about. But I'm in the middle of all of it.
Because you're Jesus.
And so I don't know why. I don't know why. I've never shown any interest. I'm trying to figure out where the beginning is. So one of our cooks took like a long week vacation and he was trying to get like an extra day covered. And there was no one that could cover it, so our supervisor covered it for him. And like you're supposed to prep for the cook the next day, like do their prep for the next day. So they just come in and cook it and they prep for you the next day. And he had like this lasagna or something or whatever, some dumb bullshit. And she got all the parts ready, but she didn't like put it together. And he freaked the fuck out because she didn't put it together. But that was like the only thing he had to do that day. Otherwise he would have had no work to do. And he just like freaked out, like sent her like these inappropriate text messages. And all this happened before I even like knew about it.
Dick pics?
Big dick
You're gonna suck this dick,
I didn't see the text.
you bitch.
This was just all gossiped
You're
to
gonna
me.
wish you had this.
I know all this from gossip. Like I shouldn't know any of this. This was all gossiped to me. But before I knew this whole situation, this cook has been like coming up in my ear like the week of that incident and like the week after, like whispering in my ear, trying to like turn me against everybody.
Damn.
And I'm like, yeah, like literally like whispering in my ear and like talking shit about everybody. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to work. And like every day,
You're a
almost
chef.
all day long, just whispering in my ear, following me into the walk-in to whisper some shady shit, gossip.
Oh,
And I'm like, dude.
weird.
And then
Step
the
off.
other, yeah, the other side, the people he was gossiping about, they start like coming to me and
Oh
like
my
gossiping
God.
to me about him.
Everyone trusts Eric. Uncle
That
Lee.
makes all the difference.
I never expressed any interest in any of this. I didn't. I don't care. I didn't
You're a
care.
great listener, though, and that's why they come to you.
Eric's all like,
Jesus.
Cook and cook and keep on cooking.
Come here, children.
just cook, man.
That's all I want to do. I just want to cook.
dude.
I just want to go in, cook some.
I just want to
Very
feed my
bland food.
birds.
Okay.
Ah.
wow.
That's not even all of it. So then, yeah, I finally got to the point where I had to like talk to my supervisor. I'm like, this is stressing me out. Like, I can't deal with this. Like, this is too much. And I think it got back to the guy because he's been acting weird around me now. And then this lady, this lady was, when the week I started, she like slipped down some stairs at work and has been out on medical
God
leave
damn.
since. Yeah, and she came back, but she came back for like a week because they were like trying to get her fired, and they got her fired.
What?
So all that happened too, and she was like friends with the morning cook.
60%
So he was like pissed about that too.
every time.
And he was like trying to get me on his side, say it's like this whole race thing, like it's the whites versus the blacks. I'm like, oh my god, dude, no,
What?
like just
Holy shit.
yeah.
Eric!
That sounds stressful.
That shit's
Maybe you should
crazy.
quit.
Yeah, that sounds.
And you like your job?
Yeah, and
Well, outside of that, my job's easy. Like if I didn't have to deal, if I didn't have to listen to anybody, easy.
Mhm.
yeah.
I know. I wish you could like close your ears, but nope,
Yeah.
they're open. You gotta hear it. Like you can close your
Yeah.
eyes, but you can't close your ears.
Nice thing about my job is I can put in headphones. Well, I can put in one headphone, but that's enough.
Yeah, I can put in
Zone
one,
out.
but people still talk to me.
Yeah.
People
everyone
still
talks
talk to me, but I usually have to go, huh?
Ugh. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I hate when
I work at
someone
the type
says
of place
something-
though where like if I can't hear, then it's gonna get banned. Like if you're listening to music too loud, you're not allowed to listen to music.
Yeah, I work in a
Oh, yeah.
warehouse. It's also very loud in there, so it's very common for you to just not be able to hear people talk. So,
I'm also semi-deaf. Can't hear that well.
what?
Huh? What'd you say?
Huh?
Hey? Huh? That's what they say down here. They say,
Huh?
huh? It's great. Hey?
Bone apple teats.
Bone apple teats.
Who's next?
Who's next?
My job just
Step
sucks,
right up.
and my CEO is fucking terrible. But
How terrible is he?
Once I quit, we'll once I quit, we'll give it a proper roasting. How about that?
Okay,
So,
I
until
mean, because
then,
you flat out were
to be
like, I
continued.
hate my job.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was
it's the
like,
worst. It's the second. It's the
whoa.
second worst job I've ever had, and the only reason why it's second is because I got verbally abused in my first one, and this one's just trickled down shit.
While you're wiping an old man's ass?
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that right now.
All right, stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. I'm hoping to leave very soon.
Next week.
That'd be nice.
You
but that
hear him
ain't
shuffling
happening.
on to his
Blink.
next job.
I fucking want to shuffle so fast.
Well, if you
Well,
need any
you're working on it.
interview pointers, I've got
Yeah.
Eric is the one. He has had the most interviews for sure. He has that experience under his belt. Put that on your resume. I have a lot of interview experience, so
I'm a pretty good interviewee, to be honest with you.
Have you ever had to cook part of your interview?
No.
No, they don't do that. They only do that if you're going to be like a sous chef or something like that.
It's called a stage.
A what?
Stage.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
stage.
cooking
I'm
shift.
so I thought when you said cook, I was thinking like cook the books. I'm like, oh, this is like some weird illegal shit. No, you actually mean
cooking.
literally cook.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
cooking.
Yep. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
Church was long. We had a sacrifice today,
We did
so
have a sacrifice.
it was an extra 3 hours.
Mass.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
We sacrificed
Stop.
Jesus again. Round 2.
It was
I
fun.
wasn't ready.
This
He was
time
a
it
baby
wasn't-
this time.
This time it
was
wasn't
cute.
the Jews.
What?
Jess, don't act like you don't know that.
You don't know about Jews?
You don't know how the Jews killed Jeebus?
Oh no.
The Romans killed Jeebus, not the Jews.
No, Jesus was a Jew.
Jesus was a Jew.
Everybody kills Jesus because he died for us.
That's right.
So even the Jews.
That's right. The Romans, Michael.
Even the Jews did though, because he died for us, so we all killed him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, isn't that fun?
Such a good sound bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, do you have to any work complaints?
So far, no, and I'm gonna knock on wood because I bet tomorrow's gonna be real shit then. But I mean, so far it's been okay, and I think it's just because a couple of heavy hitters have been out of the office this week because of vacation. So it's like we don't have to deal with them or their big personalities. So it's just like, oh, thank God, like a good breather. And then on top of that, yesterday was the birthday of another heavy hitter. So we had like muffins and bagels, and today we had pizza, and yesterday we had barbecue. So like we've been very well fed, and this is like the first time that this has happened to us. So we're all very excited. And so this week has been a pretty decent week, and I don't want to jinx it because I'm afraid I will.
Are we having fun yet?
Hell yeah.
Yes. So right now it's kind of hard because it's like, okay, well, if work's going to be like this all the time, like, let's party, bro. But, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I'm on, I'm like a
Do I
hat.
regret it? Yes. Would I do it again? Probably.
Yeah.
Nah, man. You gotta ride that wave.
I think I'm going to
You
ride
gotta
that
ride
wave.
that bull,
Surf's
you
up.
know?
Exactly. So I'm going to
Speaking
ride the
of riding
wave.
bulls.
Yeah.
Speaking of riding bulls, we went to the rodeo this weekend.
Yeehaw.
It's pretty fucking fun, to be honest with you. I
Right?
will say, my one regret is that I now have 90s country just in my head for the last, since Saturday.
Nice.
So blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots,
And Croots.
and in Croots as well.
Oh, did we decide how far away Denver is from Cheyenne?
Oh, it was an hour.
It wasn't.
And a
I
half?
had it on the bus.
2 hours.
Because I've been taking the bus lately, and I had it on the bus. So the bus takes 4 hours, but driving is only 2, like a little under 2.
Gotcha.
So not
There you
too
go.
Not too
shabby.
bad. Not too bad.
No, not too bad.
Also, Denver or Colorado friends or listeners, if you're ever in Fort Collins, check out the Still Whiskey Bar in Fort
The Still.
Collins. It is fantastic. it's
fucking
it
tastic.
is like a great ambiance. The people who work there are fucking fantastic as well. The food is phenomenal.
Sponsor us.
The food is phenomenal.
Hang on, well, you gotta elaborate. What was the ambiance like?
I mean, it's very, Colorado-esque. A lot of wood and kind of cabiny sort of vibe inside.
But it was like upscale cabin.
Almost feels more like a distillery, I would
Yeah.
say.
They had like the warm, like industrial kind of light fixtures, kind of. But it was still like very cozy, and it was still pretty fancy. But it had the cabin feel, but it was like upscale.
Yeah.
Nice. Like a glamping situation.
Sort of, yeah.
Kind
I
of.
can see that. I got the short ribs out of this world. So fucking tender.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Burgers
melt
are good.
away in your
Their
mouth.
salads looked amazing. I didn't have any,
Salads.
You guys are making me hungry. Oh my god.
I know,
Yeah.
So,
me
yeah.
too. I'm hungry.
Short ribs. Oh my god.
Food!
Yeah,
We always
short
get to
ribs.
food.
But yeah, I just
yeah.
wanted to give them a shout because they
Yeah.
deserved it. Fucking 10 out of 11.
Ooh, wow.
So they could do a little bit better, is what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but for a place right downtown Fort Collins, you can't really. I don't know if there's a place better on that strip. I mean, to be fair though, I haven't eaten at a lot of places in Fort Collins, so I can't give it a fair judgment. But it was very, very good. I had Buffalo Trace, good bourbon. It was nice.
What was your favorite part of the rodeo? Did you see any mutton racing?
Mutton racing.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
We did see mutton racing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where the kids are on the little sheet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had this chaos at the end of it, and they basically have to like get their horse saddled up and get on their horse, but a lot of times the horses take off and they're just getting drugged
It's the
in the
wild
back
horse race is what
by
they call it.
like a rope. They're like getting the horse is like running, and there's just a guy on a rope behind it, just getting dragged across the fucking dirt. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're gonna get some fucking rash shit. But fuck it, that's the rodeo, baby.
That's right.
I love it.
That was a lot
fantastic.
of fun. I also even as a kid, I remember. Again, this is me being a country kid, but I remember my grandparents would watch like pro bull riding and shit. So I kind of have like a little bit of an affinity to watch bull riding. Like it's kind of fun for me.
It's fun to watch.
And that was a lot of fun to watch live. I hadn't seen one live in a very long time, and the only ones I had ever really seen were like amateurs, and obviously these people were pros. So it was really, really cool to see that.
They had like the
That's
barrel
awesome.
racing too, which was cool.
Barrel racing's always sick.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Well, the bull riding, but they also had like horse riding.
Bronco.
Yeah.
Riding, yeah.
So that's cool.
It sounds
And
like
they
it
had
was
a
like
whole
a
fair.
full. Yeah, it sounds like it was a full rodeo.
It was.
It was like 3 days. I think I was thinking. I
Yep.
think it was Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, and Sunday.
It was like
What
this
is-
whole kind of like fair, and
Mhm.
they
They
had
had
like a whole
rides.
ride. They had rides. They had all the foods, the classic
Nice.
carnival foods. They had concerts. I think
I
both
had
nights
I had
maybe.
I had a brisket sandwich.
They had
Ooh.
they had ice cream cones. They had the snow cones. They had funnel cakes. They had hot dogs, corn dogs. They had
Everything.
popcorn. Everything, all of it. All
God,
of the
I love a
carnival
good
shit.
rodeo.
It was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun as shit. Honestly,
It was so fucking hot though.
It was very,
Was it crowded?
Fucking hot. It was, but
Somewhat.
we had very good seats.
We had amazing
Oh,
seats.
nice.
Yeah.
We were in the shade. We were like in the upper section, but first row. We're right on the rail. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
It was dope.
Yeah,
It was fantastic seats. Like we couldn't have lucked out. And it started raining and we were under like the
in a
kind of,
lane,
yeah. So we didn't really get wet. It was great. Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to our friends getting those ticks.
Yeah, shout out to Shay.
Shout
and
out to
Scotty.
Shay.
Shay specifically, she
Yeah.
did buy the tickets.
She found the seats
Yeah.
in the clutch.
We also like got these tickets back in like March or something.
It was so
crazy.
early.
Oh shit.
It was so early.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was worth it. It was fun. We had like a whole little ride up together. We rented a van and we all rode up and we're just drinking
got
in the
fucked
car.
up.
2-hour drive. Let's go.
It was nice
Nice.
drinking
It was dope.
illegally again, you know, as a 31-year-old.
It was great. It was fun. It reminded me of like the state schools, how they had like the Friday morning football games, and you're like, it's 7 a.m. Chug a
Saturday,
beer.
but yes.
Oh yeah, my bad. But yeah, it reminded me of that because it was early. It wasn't that early, but it was like 10 a.m. And it's like, let's crack a fucking claw. Let's go. I'm like, fuck. I need coffee.
Yeah, I mean, the first half of the rodeo, I was basically
hammered.
just slumped, like,
Yeah.
because it was super
Nice.
fucking hot. The heat and the alcohol got to me a little bit, but I
Yeah.
rallied in the second half. You know, It was fun.
Mhm.
Good for you, Michael. You did it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You know,
You did
Stuck
good.
with it.
yeah, stuck with it. Still had 2 whiskeys at dinner. It was great.
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude. I'm really jealous.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Probably we'll do it again if we can get like a similar situation as far as seats go and shit like that.
Yep.
Well, if you buy in March, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
And then we also went to the Renaissance Fair, and I must say, this is the second year in a row we've gone, and I think I'm done. I don't need to do it.
Oh, what?
It's not for me.
Yeah.
It is fucking balls hot out.
Yeah.
It was so fucking busy. You're standing in line for half the time.
The whole
you're
day is
there.
just standing in line. It's like, what are we
Mm.
doing? And then we
Just to
watched
get a
like the
drink or something to
jousting, and you're just sitting there baking in the sun, and it's just so theatrical. They're so over the top,
Oh,
and
it's
I'm
like
like,
WWE.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
like this isn't that cool. So
It's
then we
fun
left.
if you're fucking 6.
Yeah, sure. I went there to eat and drink. They had frozen margaritas that were not frozen because of how hot it fucking was.
The one
They would
place
hand it to you and it was
wasn't
liquid. One of the places had some slush, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But they have their food is good. They had like fried ice cream. They have pickles. They have
Gotta have pickles.
they have so much. They have mac and cheese,
What did we
like
what did we
fried
eat?
mac and cheese. They have the turkey
Did you have a
legs,
turkey
of
leg?
course.
Yeah.
We didn't get turkey
We
legs
didn't,
this
'cause
time.
we had a pretzel dog.
Pretzel dogs. That's what we had.
And they had cheese bread and
Oh yeah, the cheese bread was good too.
kettle corn. Like
I
they
got
have,
some kettle
it's all
corn.
is the food is fantastic. But that's all you do. You go and sit in the heat and you eat and you drink and then you're like, okay, let's go.
And then it's
That's
and-
it.
Yeah, and then it's
That's it.
5 o'clock, and you're like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
record on Sundays.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we weren't. It wasn't on Sunday. It was another. It was a different day.
It was a different weekend day.
Yeah,
Other day.
Sunday too.
it was. Yeah, it was the second Sunday. That's the day Jesus
Right,
actually
mhm.
was risen.
Risen?
Frizzer.
Jesus risen.
Yeah, Jesus risen.
Like bread.
Jesus risen
Yeah,
Franklin.
just like the, just like the bread.
Risen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, probably not doing Renaissance Fair again. Our one friend Kate was like, shout out Kate. I think next year we should just grill up some turkey legs. And I was like, yeah, we can watch a period piece.
Yep.
There you go.
Same thing, better.
Same thing,
Braveheart.
but way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone can dress up if they want.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We did have friends that dressed up.
Oh yeah.
As
And I'm
well.
like, how these people like
Some of the people,
our friends weren't as extreme, but some people there are like full on like gowns, like
Uh-huh.
the hair. Like I'm like, you like, how are you guys not passing out from heat stroke right now?
Ugh.
What the fuck? It's crazy how many layers they have and how many like it's like fur and cloth and like
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
their hair is all done.
Yeah, but
and
they really
like,
go into it, you know? It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
they absolutely.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like fucking 90 degrees. I'm like,
I-
we need a medic on site.
I'm gonna
man.
complain about one thing. If you're at the Renaissance Fair and you're dressed as Jon Snow, that doesn't count.
That does not
He
count.
was getting mad about the fantasy aspect because a lot of people dress fantasy.
that.
There's a lot of fantasy stuff there, and it's like, this isn't Renaissance.
It means that they don't get it. It means they don't get it. They missed this assignment.
Yeah, they misunderstood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're dressed as Jon Snow, like, okay, way to just get out your fucking Halloween costume from 3 years ago, you fucking loser.
Well, it's like going to Comic-Con dressed as a Menards employee. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
That's exactly what that's like.
That is exactly what it's like.
You gotta make it work.
You gotta make
But
it
people
work.
don't know. People don't know. And they're like, ooh, dress up? Okay.
Yeah.
What you got to do is you got to make a comic about a Menards employee.
Who goes to
And then-
Comic Cons dressed as
No,
a
and then-
Menard. Oh.
You pass it out at Comic-Con. And then that's how you get your comic
it's an
out there.
anime. Got it.
Yeah, you know what? That's my first gig. Now I have to just hunt for more after
Yeah.
that. It's a fucking rat
I'm
race.
surprised neither of you dressed up.
Really? You're surprised?
You're surprised by that?
I hate
A wink.
dressing up.
I only like dressing up for Halloween
No,
to
you don't.
show people my costume, and after
His
people
dick.
see it, I'm like, I don't want to be in this costume.
He always
anymore.
does dick in a box. That's why he's
That's
saying
true.
that.
Yeah, I'm like, here, check it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I always have to bail him out of jail every
every
year
year.
because of public indecency.
Every time, Michael.
Those old
goddamn.
ladies want it. Okay,
I knew you were
That's
bringing
right,
in
they do want
the 60 plus.
that's it. Yeah, it's really me. I'm basically Duke Silver in this bitch.
Duke Silver.
Duke Silver. Dig your groovy tunes, man. Guys, we gotta get to step in here. So should we get some final thoughts in?
Yeah.
God
All right.
damn.
There you go. I was waiting for that.
I wanted to get the okay from you guys. I know if you had any more input. I wanted to make sure y'all were good before.
I think
Well,
we
I
covered
mean-
the Menards.
I
I had
wanted-
more to
costume.
say.
All
But
right,
I'll
Eric,
save
tell me about it.
Eric, you always have
Oh,
more.
now I feel rushed.
right.
Now I
All right, well, add it
Well,
to your
that's it.
final thought. Add it to your final thought.
It's bigger than a final thought. I guess
Okay.
I'll condense it.
Double it up, you know. It's like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Anacondas.
Anybody?
Yeah, we get
Yeah,
it.
double up.
Everyone got your jokes.
I'm just
sir.
making sure, okay?
You don't have to make sure.
Sometimes in life,
You should know you're funny, and you don't
I
have
do
to
know
make
that
sure.
I'm funny.
No,
but
because you have
sometimes
to
I
make
have
sure.
to make sure other people know that I'm funny.
No,
Yeah.
you don't have to make sure other people know if you know. Them's the rules.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about nothing.
You ain't got the answers.
All right. You're
All
on
right.
your own.
Final thoughts, Cassandra.
Fine. I don't know, man. Work totally sucks. And
Work sucks. I know.
I just don't even care, but I do, you know? It's a weird, like,
Yeah.
I'm like straddling this fucking rope and it hurts. Because one part of me is like, I don't fucking care. I fucking hate this. I want to walk the fuck out right now. But then the other part of me is like, whatever. I do kind of care. I'm putting in the time and effort. I've been here for a while. Like, I'm fucking building my way up. And I hate it because I fucking really don't give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, I come home and I forget about it. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I want other things. But it's a fucking struggle, man. Anyway, work does suck, but you gotta stick with it. And the thing that I've learned recently with all the fucking shit shows and fires I've had to put out on the daily is you just gotta roll with the fucking punches. And unfortunately, the punches get worse and worse and harder. And you just find a way to deal. And sometimes you might break down and cry. And that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, all right. Passing it to Michael.
All right.
Big Mike?
All right. Well, first of all, I got to say, Cassandra has fully committed to Lay Stacks, not into Pringles. So I'm bringing that
It
back
has
real
been
quick.
confirmed. We
It
did
is.
get
We got another
a
thing of
number
Pringles,
2.
and she took one and
I
was like,
took one
"This is not
and I
good."
went, what the fuck has become of this? I'm so disappointed. So Pringles, if you're listening,
Wow.
I know
Fuck
you are. What the fuck happened? Pringles used to be what Stacks are now, and that's sad. And it hurts me a little bit because I love Pringles and I will still continue. Also, this was at the same store and it was only twice, so third time's a charm. Different store. Let's go.
All right. Well, I'll give you that.
I'm just
Proof.
like work. I'm straddling the rope again. I'm straddling the Pringle rope. Okay.
I will say though, I will say the first one we got, there was only like one left. This time it was a full fucking like it had just restocked.
Yeah, but they put the worst in the front.
I
You
don't
gotta
know.
dig for the gold,
I don't
baby.
know.
I'll choose my Pringle can next time, and if
All
it
right.
truly isn't, I'll come back and report.
That's true. I did buy the last one on my own.
All right.
I tampered it a little bit. Also, R.I.P. to Sinead O'Connor and Tony Bennett. We killed Tony Bennett, guys.
We did.
We
We
fucking
did.
talked about
so
him,
sorry.
and literally
Yeah.
a week later, that man was
He
gone.
died.
He was. It was
so-
less than a week.
That was tough.
Condolences to the family. Obviously, we take blame. It is clearly our fault. It wasn't because he was 96. We killed him. So
He had another 10 years at
yeah,
least.
at least. So very sorry to the public for killing Tony Bennett, and hopefully you can forgive us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess, final thoughts.
Hey, what's up, guys? My final thoughts are that even though it's hot out, summer is winding down, and to take full advantage of the nice heat, but don't forget to wear sunscreen per usual, and just try to live in the moment and take advantage of where we're at right now. We're I guess we're gonna be like near August, so like where the fuck did that come from? Like
It's
what?
literally like less than a week away. I guess we're gonna be near August. No, it's gonna be August.
It's
2 days.
yeah, like
2
it's
days.
here. Like
2
where
days.
did that come from? Isn't it still April? Like I don't know. So
No.
just live in the moment for a second and just soak up that nice warm weather that we're having while you can. Enjoy the little things. That's mainly what I'm trying to say. So Eric, you got this, brother. Go ahead, wrap it up.
I think Jess really is having a stroke
Um,
today. What the fuck?
Yeah, so I saw Snoop Dogg last night.
Oh.
He played that. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so. We better walked out to that song.
Yeah.
No, he walked out to next episode.
That makes sense
Nice.
too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's also
There you go. Yeah.
that was played
D O
as
double
well.
G.
Lots.
Hell yeah.
Wiz Khalifa
Woo!
and the
Wizard.
Yin Yang twins.
Wizard Khalifa
Throwback.
and the Yin Yang twins.
Get
We
low.
all know what
Get
they're.
low. Get low. Get low.
We all know what they're famous
To the window.
for. All right.
Woo!
To the wall.
To the
To the
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
To the sweat.
Skate,
Drip
skate.
down
If
my
it-
balls.
Wasn't for Need for Speed 3, Yin Yang Twins.
You don't even have to finish that
wouldn't
sentence.
Be who they
Yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah. True.
Oh wait, no, it was Need for Speed Underground. I'm sorry, Need for Speed Underground. That was the one.
That's the only one that matters.
Right.
That
We
was
all knew
cool.
what you meant, Michael.
Well, I said 3, and I had to correct myself for all my gaming nerds out there. I know what I'm talking about.
They had the full wheel and pedal.
I'm sure a lot of 60-year-old women are video game nerds, so
Oh,
we need
They
to
are
come
now.
correct.
True.
Eric, continue.
Eric.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, it was a real dope show. It's cool because it was at the Van Arena and they just didn't give a shit about pot smoking.
Nice.
Woo! Pot smoking. You
Pot
hear that?
smoking.
He's old, folks. He calls it
Pot
pot.
smoking.
The marijuana cigarettes.
Pot smoking, the old
It's
That's what they
jazz
say.
cigarettes.
Those jazz cigarettes lit. Can smell it all around.
That's awesome, though.
Eric, not to change the subject, but do you remember when we snuck into North Coast and they like checked your fro?
What?
Yeah.
I would have been like, go fuck yourself.
That's not racist.
I was wondering why it
Yeah.
was taking like because I walked like right in and all of a sudden I look back and I just see Eric getting his fro like patted.
Damn. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's fucked.
I think the white
yeah.
guy just wanted to touch your hair.
Oh.
Maybe.
I mean, I got in for free.
You did get
Oh,
in. We
okay,
did
that's
get in
true.
for free. So shout out to Cassandra.
Shout out
Shout out
to
to
me.
Cassandra.
Yeah, you're welcome. What a fun experience and memory you have now because of me.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, I was like, yo, they're letting anyone in. Come through. Gates are open.
And we
It's a
did.
mad rush.
And we
That's cool.
did. I feel like we got there record time too. Like,
Oh yeah, we got there fast as shit.
Yeah, it was cool. That was a fun weekend. I remember being like, oh no, I spent so much money that weekend.
Didn't your dad call you? All
Probably.
pissed off. Like, why'd you spend this much money?
It was like $300 in a weekend, which now I'm like, oh, easy. But at the time,
Yeah,
I was
know.
like,
I did that
that's so
yesterday,
much
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I know.
Broke college kid.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, I spent $300. I didn't even have
Yeah.
$300.
I try not to spend $50 in a week. Like, I'm like, okay, I can get $1 bag of chips and a $30
survive off that for 3 days.
case of liquor.
Yeah.
You guys remember carpet weed?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I didn't do carpet
Resin?
weed. I just do
Little resin balls?
Always resin,
Resin
balls.
I did carpet weed
Resin
for
balls
sure.
with
Couch
some
weed.
keef on top, baby.
Couch weed.
Mhm.
Keef. Yep. Gotta get that keef.
Those
Oh,
were
yeah.
hard
Well,
times,
you
man.
gotta get the keef.
Can I get your keef,
I'm
man?
still
Can I
with
get your
the
keef?
You know what I mean? I don't use like a grinder that as often as I used to, but I do like some like a keef joint, like some good keef on a joint. Ooh, that's good.
I
Shit.
forget about my keef. Use my grinder all the time. Forget about my keef. I got
Well,
so much.
well, you should save it for when we all hang out, which is never so.
Yeah, we should actually plan something.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we
Halloween.
really did tangent
Yeah, eventually.
off.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We'll get there.
Eric.
Anyway.
you got any more final thoughts for us?
No, that's it. Smoke weed
Nice.
every
Yeah,
day.
it better be.
Well, congrats.
I was fucking
on,
long-winded, sir.
Congrats on Yin Yang Twins.
Woo!
Mhm.
Congrats. You're one of them now.
You are.
You did.
You are now
They're triplets.
triplets. Yeah.
Honestly, they were the best ones of the night.
Really?
Really?
That's cool.
No,
That is
Good
is
for them.
just kidding.
I was gonna say there's no way that's true, but I'm happy if you really thought that.
I believe it from you, Eric. You're like, you know what? What's the most unpopular opinion? That's mine.
No, I really enjoyed
Just to
Wiz.
be different.
Really, I
But-
figured Snoop probably killed.
Snoop
Snoop did go. I
Of
enjoyed
course he
Snoop too, but I don't know. It was nostalgic to see
Yeah.
Wiz.
Yeah. Cushion OJ, one of the best mixtapes of all time.
He didn't play any from that.
Knew it.
Oh
Knew he
my
wouldn't. Because he's a
God.
pop little bitch.
I would. I don't. I would literally say if he didn't play anything from that it wasn't even worth the ticket.
He did.
Did you hear that?
Black and
Are you
Yellow.
gonna let him say that?
That's not
Probably his oldest one he
You
did was The
guys.
Thrill.
This is a whole other topic.
Oh, man.
We're at
All
a
right.
closure.
All right.
Okay. Let's
That really
rein it
upsets
in.
you.
Well,
But,
I was told I could
Rein
double
it
up.
in.
I
No.
did tell him he could double up,
Well, that was
and we all know
incorrect
I run the
information.
shit here. So
No,
Oh,
Jimmy runs it.
wow.
God damn it, Jimmy! Where the
Yeah,
fuck are
Jimmy.
you?
Jimmy told me
God,
in
Jimmy,
my
cut the
ear.
mic.
slacker.
Jimmy told me in my ear that Eric could go a little longer.
What? He just talks to you? I don't think so.
Sometimes.
I
He
guess
talks
I'll
to
allow
all
it.
of us.
Jimmy and I are very close.
Are you sucking his dick again?
I heard it too.
Mm,
I heard it
sometimes.
too.
Oh.
Eric was
What if
watching.
he is?
All
That's
right,
why he got the
whatever.
extra long. Eric walked in on it. That's why he got the extra long.
Get
winded
low. Get
segment.
low. Get low.
Yeah.
Get low.
I wasn't supposed to tell anybody though.
All right,
So you
folks.
just-
All right. All right, folks. Enough about blowjobs.
That's an edit. That's called an edit, y'all.
We will
All right.
see y'all next week. Thank you for tuning in, Cassandra. Hit them with it.
Y'all know, like, subscribe, comment. Also, hit the little bell. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a.
Give us a ring. Get some notifications for our new eps. All right, new eps coming out every Sundays, baby. Duh.
That's right.
And give us a rating. 5 stars, please. Or whatever you think. I guess I won't sway you.
Nothing worse than 4.
But, like,
come on.
we're great. So, come on. Like, match it, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Match that energy that we bring every week. All right.
y'all know where to
5-star
find us.
energy.
The Sundays Podcast on all your socials. Hit us up on Gmail, the Sundays Podcast at gmail.com. We want your emails, damn it. We haven't gotten any, so what the fuck?
Give me
Okay?
your emails, bitch.
Depends. We've been reaching out, so
Yeah.
like, come on.
60-year-old women are watching our podcast. Give us a sponsor, yo.
I know
Hey,
we got
whoa, we
half a
can't-
sponsor.
We have been getting some comments. We can't let those go unnoticed. We see the comments.
Thank you for
We
the
have been
people.
Thanks
getting-
for the comments. And
Keep them coming.
comments.
Keep them coming.
yeah, keep them coming. DM us, slide
Yeah.
in. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.